Bioterrorism is an attempt to cause panic and to disrupt the normal function within the United States with the use of chemical, biological, or nuclear agents. These are all agents that would be potentially introduced into society, and the major way of treating them is recognizing them early and providing the patients with adequate isolation and quarantine so that it doesn't allow spread to occur, and then utilizing any antibiotics that may be effective depending upon the particular agent.
There are various ways they can be detected, first by the person who is exposed. The first line are usually what we call the warning properties of the agent. Can they smell it? Can they feel it on their skin? Some agents have better warning properties than others, but that's probably the least reliable way of detecting a chemical agent. We also have some pretty advanced equipment for detecting chemical agents. For example, here that we keep here in the Poison Center, it looks like a big radar gun, and you point it at the patient and wave it over them, and it will detect vesicants, nerve agents, arsenic, radiation exposure. Usually somebody who is trained in the recognition of chemical emergencies can listen to what the symptoms are as described by people in the field and piece together what agent might have been used.
These are the instruments I use during a weapons of mass destruction team response. Basically, we have here an APD 2000, which becomes basically our nose. There is a filter that is placed here on the front end of the gun, which takes in air from the atmosphere and analyzes it and gives me a proper reading in the back screen and lets me know what type of possible agents are in the atmosphere that I am in contact with. This is one of the most precise equipments we can have on our bodies that basically let us know how we need to respond to an incident. My suit is also composed of a hood, which helps me to not be in direct contact with the environment and keeps me having a fresh source of air. I have a respirator which is also localized on my vest, which contains 3 types of filters. Once again, these filters are very important because they're the ones that are basically helping the particles or molecules of whatever substance I'm being exposed to the environment to be filtered out, and that way my air is fresh and clean and is not contaminated. I also have sensors on my suit that allow me to know what else is in the atmosphere, whether it's a chlorine, if it's another type of substance that has a different type of pH which might cause skin irritation or blistering, fluoride, any nerve agents, cyanide, arsenic, etc.
The thing that we need to do right now in the United States is to make sure that every healthcare provider at all levels is familiar with the threat of bioterrorism and how it may appear within their population.
If we have cases that are being reported to the Poison Center from all over the state, as a central agency, we're able to piece together what's going on. In other words, if one hospital sees one case, they might not think very much of the symptoms that a patient has, but if we are getting those same symptoms reported to us from a number of different hospitals, then that clues us off that there is some type of syndrome that's going on throughout the county or even throughout the state. There is not a lot you can do except to know who your resources are. The most important aspect of any mass casualty, of any disaster situation, is communication. knowing where to get information from, knowing where to find the facts, and knowing what your resources are. So I would advise everybody at least from this standpoint, to know, have our number, call the Poison Center, get your plan in advance, in the sense that you're going to know what number to call in advance.
I think that the Centers for Disease Control and the federal government have been working very hard over the last couple of years to build up stockpiles of medications and needed supplies. The premise of being prepared takes into account early recognition so that you don't have to treat 10 million people. You may only have to treat 10,000 people. And I think in that situation, we probably would be prepared.